It's where you live, it's where you grow, it's where your dreams unfold. It's in every chapter of every story, it's more than just a home.
Hello and welcome back to It's More Than Just a Home. I'm your host, Joy Robertson. The show is back at the Transitional Nantucket, and we're going to start where we left off last week, outside doing some landscaping. The Transitional Nantucket's landscaping is complete. It needed a huge retaining wall on the golf course side of the home, so Rick worked with James River Lawn Care to install what Rick calls stone logs. Here's Rick and Matt Uber.
Oh, there's Hey, how's it going? Good. Are you checking the plan to see if you got everything in the right place?
Yeah.
Good.
I was actually looking at my
Well,
lighting.
I'm glad we caught you here because this is cool. You don't see a lot of people still hand draw landscape plans, but as you can see, this is something you've done. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about what I'm looking at.
Okay, it's all the scale. Everything going on there is full grown when I draw it out.
So you're drawing it as the trees
Yeah.
fully grown.
Yeah.
So the size of number one, and number one is your legend
Canopy tree.
canopy tree.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's should be about 25, 30 foot diameter circle there.
Okay.
That way when you draw it out, you can space everything out. Plus helps with your estimate and your material list.
Awesome. Well, this helps everybody visualize a little bit.
You know, visual.
Yeah, it gives the homeowner a good visual, and
Yeah.
it gives them something to look at and compare to as far as what plants they like and don't like. You know?
Well, and it helps organize you. You know, you already have your quantities, and you can place that order. So
Lay out and everything. Start
good deal.
preparing.
Good. Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So let's look at this wall a little bit.
Okay.
This is a unique stone. I was actually using it on another project, and we kind of recommended it here. The homeowners wanted something a little cleaner and not
Right.
like shot rock.
Right.
And
right.
so these are what we call stone logs. Some of them get to be 10, 12 foot long.
Yep, we've
I've
got
even-
some long ones down
Yeah,
through
there's
there.
some long ones, and
Yeah.
they're heavy. They're not,
Oh no.
in some ways, they're easier to set because you get a lot of volume, but in other ways, they're more difficult because they weigh so much.
Right. Right.
So, but anyway.
the good thing about them is the heavy. They're there. You know, they're not going to move on you. Once you get them placed the way you want them, they're there.
That's true. They're not going to push away with the
Right.
soil or
Right.
anything. Yeah, right.
And it makes a good looking wall, I think.
Well, now you can look at the wall, what it's created. I mean, literally, you've got about maybe a foot of fall from the house to the wall.
About what we wanted, so
Yep.
we get good runoff away from the house. But yes, actually gives them, when they walk off, it actually gives them a level area to enjoy in their
It
backyard.
does. This looks so fantastic. I mean, you can see right here, you'll see where they trenched. So this is what they call a natural edge, and they'll take their mulch and it gets extra thick right here, and then their grass, the sod, will come up to here. So that gives them a good place for, that way your mulch doesn't leave the bed because it's extra deep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it works at holding the mulch
Yeah.
in. Is
Yep.
the ideal there.
Yeah, and so we're not using a metal or any rock edging. We're
Right,
just doing a
just a
natural
natural
edge,
edge
kind of like
here.
the golf course that's behind us. So, so this edge and this edge, everything in between is going to be sod, and that's just here in a few days. So,
Yep, starting today.
good deal.
Yep.
Well, I know it's been a really rough spring, and
It's been tough,
You guys
yeah.
are backed up, but we
Yeah.
appreciate you getting out here and getting
Oh,
this
we're-
one complete. The homeowners
Well,
are tickled.
we're
So,
glad to do it.
Good. Good deal.
Sometimes you're right, on these big projects, weather slows you down, but they get there
Yep.
eventually, you know, and we're about to the end now.
You are.
Yeah,
Well, I guess you're off to the next one. So
we are.
thanks for letting me help put the last
Well,
few plants
Thanks for
in.
helping me.
Absolutely.
We always use good help. Yeah.
I think it's time to go back inside to learn how Erica Lee and Monica from National Home Products picked out the hardware in this home. We'll be right back.
Okay, can we do this plate?
We can do that plate.
Okay, you get to pick this one or this one.
I like this one. You
Do
see
it.
this one a lot. I really like that one.
Let's do it.
That's my new favorite. So
Sold.
It's more than just a home. story. It's more than just a home.
Welcome back. One of the cool aspects of this show is that we get to take our camera behind the scenes to see how decisions by Rick and all of his vendors are made that will directly affect the look of a home. Now, this next story is no different. Here's Erica to explain.
Monica!
Hi, Erica.
Hey! How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. All right. We're ready to get started on the Nantucket Transitional House, right?
Yes.
All right. Come on back. Let's talk hardware first.
So today we are seemingly just picking small details. And are they small details? Yes. I did bring some thoughts and ideas, so I'll just follow your lead, I guess.
Okay. Well, let's start at the front door.
But the small details really separate a really beautiful home from just a builder grade home. What does builder grade mean? It's just a spec home that a builder builds, really pretty, really nice, but it's just meant to be sold really quickly, so they don't put a lot of time and energy into that.
Thoughts on that?
I love this and this finish.
Okay.
Can we do that?
We can definitely do that. We need to also talk about then what do you want on the inside of that? Do you want levers or knobs on the inside of the front door?
This is a very custom home, and it's a very high-end home in a very well-known neighborhood here. So the details really set this home apart. It will separate it from the neighbors. It'll make it just have that little sparkle, and it's kind of the icing on the cake.
Keep in mind that we'll have this knob on the back side of a square plate like this.
What does that mean?
That just means that that's what the inside of the door is going to look like. It's not going to be
So
on a little round
this
circle.
plate will be inside as well.
Yes.
So this is on the outside.
Right.
And on the inside, it's this piece.
Right.
With what on it?
With probably this knob, if that's what you're thinking.
I think that looks cool. Let's
Okay.
do it. Client will come in and talk to us first about the way that they live, their lifestyle, the way that they want to live, the way that they living right now that they don't like, their preferences. This door we are putting upstairs.
Okay.
It's a very simple, very easy. It's a 2-panel. We're also going to put this in the basement and paint it really dark color.
Okay.
So I think we want to pick one style of knob for the whole main level, and then one style for the basement and one style for upstairs. So we're just going to divide it by floors.
Okay. That sounds perfect. We do that quite often.
So usually we're just using all of the science and engineering, psychology of color. All these parts and pieces aren't just learned on an HGTV show. We're working with years and years of product experience, as well as knowing all these parts and pieces and marrying them together to fit an exact way that a client wants to live. So something fun like this is traditional and fun and kind of, transitional Nantucket. I want it to still kind of hone in on that kind of fun atmosphere. But now that I've seen some of your new exciting things, I'm thinking those fabulous levers might be really fun for some of these doors. Is that in our budget?
It is in our budget. So we can do something
So
like
can we
that.
go look at that stuff?
Yes, let's
do
go
it.
look at those.
So there are different areas and zones, we'll call them, when we're designing a home. One is a very public area, and that would be the whole main floor is where you entertain guests and things of that nature. I just
Something
didn't want
that-
the circle to compete with the circle. Can I tell you? These are so pretty. We don't get to do this everywhere in everybody else's house, but this is gonna be beautiful. That part of the floor plan is really geared towards her and her preferences and her style and her taste. So the whole theme of the house is gold and black. So right away, this is striking me. But I'm also really digging this movement here is just incredible. And a lot of times we'll find the basement is really geared towards what he likes. And in this case, he's a musician. We wanted this moody atmosphere. It's nice to have the basement a whole different feeling and vibe from the upstairs. While they still coordinate, they still talk together. The basement is just a really set apart place for different activities. So you'll do darker activities such as, having a scotch or a drink with your buddies. There'll be a billiards table down there, as well as movie watching, things of that nature. It's just a really good place for more nighttime activities. Therefore, it's darker down there. So the selections are going to reflect that. Upstairs, way upstairs, is more of a kid zone. There's a kids playroom up there. Both of the girls have bedrooms up there. They're younger kids, so they're 2 and 1. So we really want to design a place that they can grow into. So like in the cabinetry, we've got step stools so that they just pull out, so they'll be able to reach their sinks. We want it to be very functional, very easy for them to use, really easy to get dirty, really easy to clean. And so with all these mindsets of each of these floors and each of these styles, when I go to make selections, we really keep all that swimming in there so that we're just really honing in on the way that people want to use their home, and not just the style, but it's user friendly, it works good, and it looks good.
Monica will be back a little bit later in the show to take us on a tour of the installed hardware. You will not want to miss that. We'll be right back.
It's more than just a home.
I'm trying to get you a garage. You screwed it
We don't
up.
have enough land for that.
I thought I had it.
Every chapter of every story, it's more than just a home.
Welcome back to It's More Than Just a Home. Our Habitat home is getting very close to having a wall raising ceremony. But before we get to see that, we must bring the future homeowners the results of Erica's hard work on the interior design. So here's Erica.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are here at Habitat Restore. We're at the headquarters. We're going to show the homeowners all the things we've sourced. We're going to get their approval. I really hope they love it. Rick's going to be here. Abby and Mark, everybody essentially. So building a home is just a really great in-depth process, and this is just one of the steps.
Start with the swimming pool.
So the swimming pool that we've selected we got some really cool stuff. So starting out, I went and met with Mike at Midwest Rug, and he has this product that is absolutely magical called luxury vinyl planking. That's this. This stuff is like indestructible magic. It is waterproof. It clicks together. We're gonna put it throughout the entire house except for bathrooms. What I liked about this one too is it has a little bit of the black in it, a little bit of the gray. It's not, it's just real light and pretty. We'll keep going. This is a door that we've selected from Masonite or something similar. It's very clean. It's kind of that shaker look. How do you feel about that door?
So this is interior doors?
Yes, ma'am.
For like all of the...
All of them. They would all be painted white.
Yeah, I mean...
So that door is a good selection, in my opinion, because it won't go out of style.
It's a door.
It's a solid core or hollow core
This
surface.
is really what I thought about the most. Like, I'll just keep petting this.
You're just so tactile.
I know. Like, that's just what I'm going to, like, keep going back to.
You just keep petting it, and that's fine. So, yes. However, National Home Products, who Rick and I work with all the time, have given us a really great price on these 3 items. These would be all the door handles. They're going to give them to us for $12 a piece. Can we have those?
Yeah, I've gone away from our donated product because it is brass.
These are Euro paper holders. They're toilet paper holders for $5 a piece. Can we have those? Mark says yeah.
Is this all black?
Yep.
Okay.
It's all black.
Yep, I like it.
Are you guys happy with black?
Yes.
Okay, kitchen. So I thought this was really cool for countertop. So do a contrasting countertop. White subway tiles for a backsplash, which I'm aware that Habitat hasn't really done in the past, but it's an optional
We
upgrade.
changed our options. That would take up your entire $500 option page. So,
Except that we increased the budget to $1,200.
oh, we did. Okay.
So it would only take up $500 out of the $1,200 is what I'm hearing.
Yes. So,
How do you feel about this?
I love it.
She loves it. So Cabinet Concepts, they would like to donate some floating shelves for us. And I said, yes, you should probably do that.
We like floating shelves so much.
Okay, so here's
There are
why
some
that's
things I
cool.
care nothing about. Obviously, doors are one of those things, but I love floating shelves and tile so much.
Okay, so that is the kitchen. Dining is the same flooring. These are not our lighting choices. Let's go to the master bathroom because that is a happy, happy place. Here's where we get an option. Number 1, you can have this tile or this tile.
This is a new style that's kind of hit
like
the
it.
market. It looks like a fabric.
It does look like a
almost.
fabric.
Some people really like it, or some don't.
Yeah, I want this. I just think I like it so much more. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sparkles.
Yeah, I just like it too much to be like, I would regret picking the gray just because it was kept
I'll take
clean.
the one you're not using.
Okay.
Well, thanks for letting me sit in on it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick.
Appreciate it. See you guys.
Have a good afternoon. Let's go to the master bathroom because that is a happy, happy place. Knobs in here. Do you want gold again or black?
I think let's stick with it, gold.
I'm
Yeah.
Uniformity is good with me.
That's fine, yeah.
This is for the kitchen above the island. There are 2 for that.
do you have any designated for like the master closet?
I do not. I was hoping you just have those inexpensive closet light
That's fine.
doodads.
I can do that.
Mark loves
Doodads. I love doodads.
Does that conclude your presentation?
us. Oh Lord, let me double check. I'm just saying yes, yes, yes. I think that went really good. So the next step is everybody else does the job. I sit back and watch and we see how this all comes together. So really excited. I can't wait to show you the end.
Erica seemed happy with that meeting. The family is happy, so I'm happy. The next time we'll check in on the Habitat home, we will be raising some walls, and I just cannot wait for that. We'll be right back with a tour of the hardware in the transitional Nantucket home.
It's more than just a home. It's in every chapter of every story. It's more than just a home.
And welcome back. Earlier in the show, we got a sneak peek into how Erica and Monica worked through the process to pick out the hardware for this home. So now let's catch up with Monica from National Home Products to get a tour of the hardware that she picked out to enhance this Nantucket look. Here's Monica.
So here at the front door on the inside, we've got the knob bringing in the Nantucket look, and then we've got it in a satin brass on a rectangular plate here in a very modern look to bring all of that together. We've got hardware here on the door, and we really want it to be the jewelry of the door. We don't want it to overpower the wood and the glass that is really what you want to focus on. But this is just an accent piece here showing and bringing together all of the modern pieces and the Nantucket look again with that knob. Here in the powder bathroom, we've got more of that more modern look, but bringing in the finish for the Nantucket look. And this lever had so many choices whenever we were looking at the showroom. So this is the one that Erica decided on, and I think it really brings a great look to this. You can actually interchange these whenever you're trying to decide. So we've got that lever with more of a dazzled look on it and a beveled look on it. One of the other nice things with this hardware too is that it has what's called a 28-degree latch. So when you push that down, you don't have to go very far. That's really nice for people that may have a handicap or may want just arthritis, something easier to do. It's not a crank it all the way down door hardware. So in here, we actually cut that out to match the frame that was built on the wall. So it gives a nice, very well built-in look, and it perfectly fits on the wall and inside the frame there. We also have supplied here the towel ring, and actually it looks like a mini towel bar, in a more modern, again, that nice soft brass look that brings the Nantucket look to the bathroom. And then we have the toilet paper holder that matches that with a nice easy on glide, so it matches, it's the same color and everything, so we've got that nice finished look. Here in the kitchen, we've decided to go ahead and go with a black finish so that it will kind of blend in with, but notice that the handles are the same handle that we used over in the powder room and on the rest of the doors here on the main floor. It still has that nice beveled look to it that the other handle has. So these are the doors leading into the master bathroom, and we had to do something just a little bit different on these to make sure that they worked. That's kind of one of the things that we do, is make sure that the hardware is actually going to work on the doors. And so when these doors were made, and they are beautiful, but there's not really enough room for a traditional handle to fit on these to match everything else. So we actually coordinated with Erica and found these pieces that will work beautifully on these doors and still keep in with the modern Nantucket look that we're going for in this house. We are in the upstairs master bathroom here, and just want to talk about the shower door a little bit. Again, it's the heavy glass, the 3/8. These are pretty much standard in a Ramsey house. The door does swing in and it swings out. It's heavy, and we've got this nice beautiful color, this bright gold to go with the new faucet colors. It's kind of a luxe gold color to match what's going on with the faucets and the other pieces, the hooks and everything here, to make this shower very usable for anyone that's going to be up here using this bathroom. People are using hooks instead of towel bars these days because the bathrooms are actually larger, but there's not much wall space, and people just don't like to use towels. I mean, they don't like the towel bars. They just want to hang that up and be done with it. Upstairs, we've used again, bringing more that Nantucket look, we've used a crystal knob, bringing in that same more modern look with the plate, so that you can see that we've brought in the Nantucket modern look with that crystal knob and a rectangle modern plate, and still carrying that same satin brass look that is beautiful in this home. Okay, we're downstairs now, and this is the hardware that Erica and the homeowner wanted to use downstairs, bringing in more of a relaxed feel, but still keeping that brass look within that. So it's also got a knurled, is what this finish and this texture is called on here on this lever. Still has the great, easy open. Now that you've seen the house and you saw it from the beginning when Erica and I were in the showroom looking at design features and everything, it's all come together into this finished product. And we think it looks wonderful, and we'd like to hear what you have to say about it.
So if you haven't noticed, one of the assets that separates Rick Ramsey Homes from other builders' homes is the attention to detail. And one way you can tell is in the craftsmen and women that he hires. Thanks, Monica. Great job. Well, that about wraps it up for today. Join us next week when we go outside this home to check out the unique siding and gutters.
When we come back, we're going to put your mind in the gutter. We're going to talk about gutters.
And we'll get some help answering the question, how do you heat a home this size? If you want to see these segments again and learn more about the transitional Nantucket, just go to RamseyBuilding.com. And until then, let's get building.
I think Darren ought to be coming out of the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Darren's cooling off. It is almost 90.
Yeah.
It's in every chapter